AI has been taking over YouTube. So what would happen if I let ChatGPT control my Nuzlocke and all my encounters in it? Let's find out. We're doing this challenge in Fire Red, but I have spiced things up to the point where it's not anything like normal Kanto. Any gym leader can have any Pokemon with any ability with their best movesets. Therefore, we could face a legendary Pokemon versus any trainer at any time. Let's just hope we don't encounter more than one in the same battle. Foreshadowing aside, it's time to get out the challenge with our starter selection. Oh, by the way, all boss battles have items on their Pokemon as well. Our 3 starter Pokemon weren't anything to write home about because they're Dugtrio, Jinx, and Delibird. Since I'm letting the AI choose all my Pokemon, I also knew I had to cheese it into picking the starter I wanted. Hence, I purposely made the bot choose Delibird and named it Dr. K, as I wanted this to be the toughest challenge out there. Let me know what each Pokemon is named after in the comments below. If someone gets all 12 right, I'll PayPal them $12. Anyway, ahead we went with Dr. K the Delibird to try and catch as many Pokemon as possible. But how many Pokemon should we catch? I asked ChatGPT to pick a number between 8 to 16, and they went in the middle with 12. Thus, we are only allowed to catch 12 Pokemon for this challenge. I ask myself all the time, why do I do crazy challenges like this? And every time I come to the same conclusion. I'm insane, as I've done challenges like my cat chooses my Pokemon, beating a Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke where I only use Wormadam, and many ROM hacks like Radical Red, Blaze Black, Inclement Emerald, all of which I've beaten in a hardcore Nuzlocke. If you enjoy videos like this, please subscribe as it helps our channel grow. My name is JaCubAsAlways, and I'm probably the most insane Nuzlocker in the world. With that being said, the AI chose Mal the Elekid, D-A-V-E, or Dave for short, the Parasect, Jarvis the Onyx, and Joey the Seal as its first 4 selections. What's even more interesting is the AI started to remember my other team choices without me reminding it. Is this the future? I wasn't sure as of yet, but I was determined to do my best to beat Brock, and I knew we had a solid chance with the team we had. Brock's Totodile and Eevee went down without any struggle, but then out came a slacking. A slacking? Really? At the first gym leader? I thought to myself. Nonetheless, I knew we needed to do our best to make the best of this situation, even if it meant having to lose some of our AI friends. Since I can't ever predict what the AI will have, we'll have to make the best of any circumstance. In this case, I purposely went into Jarvis, spam Screech, and after the death of Dave, Jarvis was able to snag a perfectly timed critical hit to get us out of this bad... That's right, I made gym leaders have more Pokemon too. Consequently, after sacrificing Jarvis to Bailey to get off a Screech and some damage, Dr. K and Mal were successfully able to deal with Bayleaf's and Brock's final Pokemon, Beautifly. After our near-death experience versus Kanto's first gym leader, I decided to let the AI know of our losses and to choose the next couple Pokemon. Him on top was the pick on Route 3, and in Mount Moon the choice was... a Raikou! Just kidding, it was a Chansey. Because knowing my community, they'd not let the AI choose Raikou. Hence, I'm a masochist and told it not to do that. That's how we got Sage to him on top and Holly the Chansey. But first, let me show you how Joey nearly went to the Shadow Realm. Yup. A Shadow Tag Articuno that froze Joey. But when it mattered the most, Joey knew his worth to our team, so he thawed out, and we managed to get back to the center to heal. Yeah, this challenge isn't for the faint of heart. It just takes a lot of guts, but mostly just pure insanity, just like I have. Regardless, rather than facing Misty first, I decided to face Rival 2 on Nugget Bridge beforehand, so we're able to get more encounters, especially because Brock nearly ended our run before it even got started. Immediately after KOing Chikorita and Swinub, I regretted that decision because the AI had Jinx, which they'll have the entire game. However, this Jinx had Lovely Kiss and the powerful stab move Dream Eater, all before Gym 2. My team wasn't very well equipped to deal with it. However, the clutch catching of Holly the Chansey proved to be the difference maker, as the combination of Holly's Tail and Mal's Quick Attack KO'd AI's ace Pokemon. Just when I thought we were in the clear, out comes a Groudon, and our team does not appreciate that monstrosity of a Pokemon either. Nonetheless, the teamwork of Sage and Joey was too much for Groudon, as they both avoided critical hits to put down one of the most powerful Pokemon ever. Thereafter, our newly acquired Vulpix named Lila and Dr. K were able to finish AI's Executive and Kecleon respectively. We need some firepower before Misty, I thought to myself, and little did I know firepower is what we are getting in Tartar the Magby and Friday the Scizor. The former will be amazing later on, and the latter definitely wasn't the goat of our team. Didn't carry my throughout this challenge and would never sweep any trainer with Swordsdance. I wouldn't ever foreshadow anything because this is a promise. With our new team members, we confidently walk into Misty's gym and give her a thrashing, as Misty was infinitely easier to defeat than Brock, as her Nidoqueen, Mawile, Barboach, Sandshrew, and Linoone all go down without a fight, and we get our second gym badge. Now, it's time to get our last 2 team members. The AI chose Grovile and Registeel, which we named Sigmund and Data. Despite my Kaiser Ironman victory a few months ago with Registeel, I couldn't name it Thudersteel as I had to stick to the nickname theme. Regardless, go check out the video. It was a really great video of me winning in Kaiser. Link in the description. Since we have all of our team members now, I think now is a great time to go over their abilities as they're all randomized. Lila has Sturdy, Data has Own Tempo, Tardik has Static, Joey Early Bird, Friday Water Veil, Sigmund's got Natural Cure, Mal Intimidate, Sage has got Overgrow, Holly Volt Absorb, and finally our starter Dr. K has Marvel Scale. If you're curious about Jarvis and Dave's ability, they were Stench and Vital Spirit respectively. That little side note out of the way, I wish I could say Rival 3 was difficult, but it was anything but that, as look at our team after the battle. We barely took any damage, as we have an amazing counter to our Rival's Jinx and Friday the Scissor now. Rival 3 may have been easy, but Lieutenant Surge and even some of his gym trainers were not. We nearly lost Mal to a Gyarados and a couple members to a Ho-Oh. Lieutenant Surge himself was not nearly as nice as he decided to take away our MVP of the run so far and Mal the Elected with a thrash from Gyarados. Mal was a key member of the team because of their Intimidate ability, and I had such high hopes for Elected going forward. But any good Nuzlocker does, they move on and adapt to any situation the game gives you. Friday revenged Mal's death by quick attacking Gyarados, and Sage finished Surge's last 2 members off by literally clicking Revenge versus Typhlosion and Smeargle. Since we have all of our encounters in our 3rd gym badge, the Thunder Badge, nothing eventful happened until we got to Celadon City, is what I would typically say, unless Holly the Chansey didn't evolve into a Blissey right around Rock Tunnel. I wasn't expecting her to evolve so soon. Nonetheless, we will take this power upgrade in special attack and special defense with open arms. Blissey should be able to take any non-boosted special attack our team needs, especially protecting Friday's ultimate weakness and fire. With Holly's unexpected evolution happening, I immediately rushed to Celadon Department Center to get a Firestone so we can evolve Lila into Ninetales because the current level cap is 29, and conveniently, that's when Vulpix learns Flamethrower, the best fire move in the game. And that works perfectly as Erica has 2 aces up her sleeve because typically Victory Bell and Vileplume are both level 29, so our team has their work cut out for them. And yeah, you know, because Erica just nonchalantly whips out her Zapdos as her lead and one of her aces. Despite us having Will-O-Wisp and bulky special defenders, this Zapdos is a problem as it had Lumberry and Thunder, which doesn't like to miss. Oh, and Hidden Power fighting for our special tank Blissey. Man, this game is just throwing us all the curveballs today. Thankfully, between Data and Holly, they were able to defeat the menacing Electric Bird, and the rest of the team was as easy as singing our ABCs. However, I knew deep down that this would probably be the last easy boss battle of the game, as I made the game have fully evolved Pokemon at level 30. Before battling Giovanni, I leveled my team up to 35 as the new cap is 43 to help us a bit with boss battles coming up. Sadly, even with our level lead, Giovanni was more difficult than I envisioned. I couldn't say the same for Rival 4 as that's always one of the easiest battles of the game. With Pokemon Tower being cleared out, we are now at a fork in the road, so I asked ChatGPT to decide our next path. Do we go to Silphco and battle our rival and Giovanni again, or do we go face Koga? Chat said to do Saffron City first, so that's exactly what we did. We first rushed to get the bulk up TM for Sage, as he needs it upgraded and can probably sweep through most of the fights, as Sage learned not only bulk up, but agility too. We cleared out most of Sylph trainers, and now it's time for one of the hardest trainers in the entire game, Rival Fivel. The strategy for Rival Fivel was simple. Setup with Sage. Shocker, I know, but it was our best game plan. And as soon as I saw Armaldo click Protect turn 1, I got so excited. That was until it clicked Seismic Toss, which worried me because I knew we couldn't set up as much anymore. And besides Special Attack, HP is Hitmontop's lowest stat. So after a couple bulk up and agilities, I KO'd Armaldo as Scizor came out. We all know Scizor gets access to flying moves, but it wasn't guaranteed to have one. So as AI's Scizor lived a Brick Break, my heart and jaw sank as I saw Sage's HP bar lower. But Sage had other plans as he avoided a critical hit and in the next few turns KO'd Scizor, Jinx, and Glalie. Then came Camerupt out, and I knew if it crit Sage, he'd die. So I did the only logical play a person would make and go into Joey to absolutely destroy that Camel with a Water Pulse, as well as the Charizard that followed. Giovanni is typically easier than Rival Fivel, so I let up my guard, which is something I do not recommend in Nuzlocke. One should always have their guard up because that's when hits the fan and the worst happens. However, Giovanni was a pushover and nothing terrible happened. Yup, I didn't listen to Flag and HG by playing around the critical hit, and I let our boy Sage die. Sage, you were such a savage throughout this playthrough, and you helped us a lot through a lot of difficult times. I won't let your death be be in vain. I will win this challenge no matter what. And win we did versus Giovanni, as the rest of the fight wasn't super difficult. After that, we collected the remaining items himself, as we also randomized them. And then it was time for a date with Sabrina for our 5th gym badge. Sabrina, like many of her gym leader predecessors, was no joke. She led with a Kyogre. Luckily for us, we have a giant counter at Blissey, as long as the Kyogre does not have a physical attack. After some back and forth, she switches into Swampert on our Shockwave, as Sigmund comes in to KO both her Swampert and Omastar, as her Kyogre makes a reappearance. Me, thinking Leaf Blade is a roll to KO, decides to make the safe play into our Blissey, as that big whale didn't reveal a physical move before. However, this time, that big whale clicked Hyper Beam and KO'd poor Holly. If it's any consolation, Sigmund was able to revenge kill Kyogre with a Leaf Blade. So my bad judgment not only let Sage die, it cost us Holly as well as Jarvis, Dave, and Mal too. I vow, no, I promise I will not let any of our AI friends pass on the rest of this game. We will play as well as possible, think outside the box as much as possible, because we must defeat Venjix to save the universe and not be corrupted by some stupid computer virus. Nonetheless, we managed to beat Sabrina and earn the Marsh badge despite her having an even more powerful Slacking than Brock. Hers had Wonder Guard, but thankfully we had Will-O-Wisp on Lila along with Data's Curse setup plus superpower. We were able to defeat the Slacking and Delcatty remaining. This game is just getting more difficult as we progress, and I truly hope Koga isn't this difficult. Yeah, I tried to be cheeky and set up a Sunny Day sweep with Tartar, but Koga's lead giraffe figure had Earthquake, so that pipe dream was immediately stopped. However, Sigmund came in and beat up on that giraffe, and Data absolutely pummeled the rest of Koga's team with ease as we earned our 6th gym badge and the Soul badge. Typically, Blaine's pretty easy to beat. He likes to spam super potions at full health, not click the right moves ever, and overall is just an awful trainer. However, that is in red and blue, and this is fire red, and it's randomized, so I'm not expecting a super easy fight. Just like against Koga, I lead Tartar against Blames and the champ. 2 Psychics easily knock it out as we are on to his 8th Rapidash. Joey, while able to whittle down the horse's HP and make Blaine use the Hyper Potion, wasn't able to finish the job with Surf, so Lila had to make sure to do that with a quick attack. The rest of the team was not noteworthy, as Lila's Flamethrower and Friday's setup of Swords Dance and Agility finished off the rest of Blaine's mediocre team of Butterfree, Venusaur, Chimecho, and Sneasel. We clearly said no to Bill's offer of the Savvy Islands, as there's nothing we need to do there for now, because it's time to try and earn our final gym badge by taking on Giovanni in Viridian City. Since the last couple gyms I've tried to lead with Tartar to no avail, I thought it was important to switch things up this time as I lead with Data. Long behold though, Giovanni, just like in Pokemon the first movie, had a freaking Mewtwo, thus making our lead of Data all the more important, as despite being weak to Flamethrower, we are able to get off some perfect chip damage in Rock Tomb, and in turn lowering its speed. That way Lila can perfectly KO Mewtwo with 2 Flamethrowers exactly. Knowing how the AI behaves in Gen 3, I knew Giovanni's Hitmonchan either had a rock move or a ground move, but regardless, I knew Lila had to take that giant risk with hitting a Will-O-Wisp, and she did just that, as Hitmonchan, now burned, was unable to KO Lila with an Earthquake, which means it's Friday time to get off those brooms, baby. Friday had to get down, set up a Swords Dance and Agility, and sweep with Fury Cutter and Steel Wings all over the 8th gym leader's team. Sweeping may not be the most exciting thing to do, but it's also not always possible with a Pokemon that's quad weak to a move. In fact, I'd say it's way harder, as we don't know what Mons will have those guaranteed fire moves, unlike in normal Fire Red. Also, because of Rival 6 is next, we're now getting into that. You'd think we'd be able to sweep versus our rival, especially after seeing Miltank as a lead, but there's no way I'd risk our best team member versus a Drizzle Ho-Oh that came in next. Ho-Oh is a giant threat typically, but Joey was able to come in, KO with 2 Surfs, as well as the Charizard that came in after, despite Charizard getting an ancient power boost. Joey just knows how to play around the crits and just knows how to carry a team because he's in the top percentage of Dugong in the world. Rival 6 didn't have much of a scare outside of his Victory Bell's Sludge Bomb versus Tartar, as Tartar avoided the crit, and the combination of Sigmund and Data finished off the battle versus Gorbis and Jinx. Before he advanced to the Pokemon League, there's been one thing that's been bothering me, and that's the fact we haven't seen Dr. K in so long. Where is she? What has she been doing? Hopefully there's not a computer virus she's trying to stop. Oh, she's been collecting big mushrooms off Entei and Mount Moon. Why? Why big mushrooms? Why now? Apparently there is a computer virus, and it's on Island 3 in the Sebi Islands. It's a biker gang that calls themselves Venjix, and she needs to be the one to stop them all, and it needs to be by herself because she's the one who created the virus, thus she needs to be the one to end it. Dr. K, who we haven't seen in forever, completely decimates every single member of the biker gang, one by one with Ice Beams and Fly respectively. Now with this virus out of the way, Dr. K was able to save this man's daughter and had a wonderful quote to boot.
I'll do things in life we regret. But if we don't learn from them and move towards a brighter future, we pay twice.
Sadly though, farming big mushrooms didn't pay dividends as we didn't learn any extra moves from the move tutor on second ILO, which means it's time to officially take on the Pokemon League and end this challenge off the right way and make sure our promise is kept by not letting any AI friends fall. Since Dr. K finished her business in the Sevi Islands, we left her behind in the Elite Four as our final team was Lila the Ninetales, Friday the Scizor, Joey the Dugong, Tartar the Magmar, Sigmund the Sceptile, and Data the Registeel, all of which I'm sure will be integral to us winning. First up, Lorelei, who leads with the Kingdra. Since Friday is our best Pokemon and I know Kingdra won't have fire coverage aside from the rare HP fire, I know it's safe to set up a sweep. We do just that until up comes the Shedinja, which can't harm Lila. Lorelei could have had a problem if her Pokemon came out in different order, but that's not what happened. However, before facing Bruno, I make a change to Scizor's moveset. If you saw, we faced the Blaziken, and we had no solid moves for it. Rather than keeping Fury Cutter, I removed that move and taught Aerial Ace for potential future Blaziken. As you can see, Friday actually swept right through Bruno's team, who was just as pathetic as his red and blue counterpart. I highly doubt we're going to be able to sweep through the rest of the Elite Four due to the levels starting to catch up to the rest of our Pokemon. Next up, Agatha, who has the lead of Wigglytuff. Knowing full well Wigglytuff is a normal type that gets a bunch of coverage, I knew I couldn't stay in with Friday or else she'd pair us to a potential fire move. Naturally, we switch into Lila, who takes out Wigglytuff with some back and forth Will-O-Wisp and spamming flamethrowers. Out comes Azumarill as Sigmund is easily able to deal with that, while the Seviper nearly KOs Friday and whittles down Data. Despite Seviper's best effort, Friday survives. Joey, Lila, Tartar, and Data finish the rest of Agatha's annoying team. I wish I could say Lance was really difficult being the Elite Four's final member, but he just wasn't. Sure, the battle took a group effort from everyone but Tartar, but when you have a meme, the worst whale, a Monquad weak to grass and fire, an Abomination, a Pokemon that has its highest stat not being its stab, and a Mon that can't hit steel types well, that's what a trainer gets as we quite handily defeated Lance's team and make our way to the Champions fight versus AI. Champion AI led with Meganium, but Lila quickly took care of that when Walrein came out to ruin our premature parade. Although Walrein is a giant threat, what I said earlier stuck with me as what the best Nuzlockers do is adapt. And adapt we did as we had Data weaken the biggest threat with Rock Tombs to scout its moves out as well. Since I saw Walrein not go for water moves with Data, I felt super safe switching into Tartar as Walrein clicked Hail. I then knew it was time to use Sunny Day as Walrein lowered Tar speed with Rock Tomb, and then I switched into Sigmund. Siggy has the move Solar Beam, which typically needs a turn to charge, but with Sunny Day up, I knew it would KO Walrein because it was Stab, and we had Miracle Seed attached as well. After that, the battle was relatively easy as Data smashed his Ace Jinx, lowered Dragonite speed with Rock Tomb so Joey could easily finish it with an Ice Beam, as well as penultimate Pokemon Beautifly. As last Pokemon was Gorbis, rather than switching directly out to Sigmund right away, I had Joey whittle its down HP a bit first, so as long as Sigmund avoids the crit, I make good on my promise from before of not letting a single AI friend faint. And as I take a deep breath, I click one final Leaf Blade and Sigmund, despite getting crit, still perseveres and crit AI's final Pokemon Gorbis for the win. So to answer my first question of the video of what happens if you let ChatGPT control your Nuzlocke, adventures happen that you won't ever forget, like defeating an evil biker game named Vengeance, or befriending an AI like Joey, Friday, Lila, Data, Tartar, and especially Dr. K, who I'll never forget. As the late, great Steve Jobs once said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, I love making videos for you all, and I appreciate you all tuning in. This was probably one of my favorite videos I've ever made, so if you enjoyed what you see, please subscribe and make sure you like the video and comment below. Thanks for watching.